my friends. I got my friends. Now, you gotta have your plant friends. Oh, you made it, sweetheart. Thanks. I wasn't expecting it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see, taking care of some technical issues that were going on. Here we are, navigating, navigating, navigating. All right. Hold on, Jacinta. Oh, you got some service. Hey there. Oh, gosh. We need to talk, Miss Juliet.
Good morning.
You've been in the meditations. Okay. Now, a little bit of logistics. If y'all can help me out. How do I, one, sound?
Great.
Let me know how I sound. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, Juliet. Okay, great. Boom, 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 boom. Oops. Okay. We got it all together. Okay. Sound good. Visual is okay. I think we're ready to flow. All right. Let's see. Oh, Jacinta, I need to make you a co-host. Boom. There it is. Here we are in the flow. All right. Yes. Here we are, family. The doors are open for everyone to gather around that fire of love. So, official welcome to our Wednesday Sacred Circle, where we gather. Yep, we gather around that fire of love, which is represented by those ancient teachings and practices that bubble up from the intelligence of creation to help us navigate in a balanced way, bringing the experience of being empowered, being creative, and no longer being influenced by external circumstances, because we are the fire, huh? We are that fire, blazing and transforming and having a beautiful experience of life. Okay, so let's go ahead and tune in. It's our first Wednesday of July, so we have some information to cover concerning moving into this moon phase, as we've been following the flow of the moon that has been recorded by the Gregorian calendar as a month. But we're really honoring this movement of the moon and our movement through the year around our sun, and looking to embody that energy. So as we go out in the world, we are an embodiment of these teachings and practices, rather than we have to go to a place. And yes, we have that sacred place in our house where we do our practice. Maybe you have an altar, but we're looking to embody, so we become that altar. We become the ecclesias, right? We become the flow of the church. And let's silence this. Okay. And get our timer up. So let's go ahead and tune in. Being in the 7th month, July, means we are in the Crown Energy Center. As we've been flowing through the energy centers, we have that Crown Center, the 7th energy center. Wow, the union of the human and higher self. So we're going to get into that after we tune in and open up our topic. All right. So as we have been doing, and we how about you're correct. There is a need for charging. Charging up. Now, how's that? Tell me how that is, Juliet. Sound returned. Let me know. Yes. Okay. Good eye. Takes a village. So, deepening in today, because everything is for our journey today as we walk the path. This is the path in terms of consciousness of the crown chakra. This is the path of being aware of our union between the human and higher self. And this breath and sound exactly allows us to embody that. It is a pure representation of the union of our human and higher self, beyond the mind saying, what is it? What does it feel like to be in our union, human and higher self? What does it look like? How do I act? You know, way beyond that, deepening inward to becoming it, the union of the human and higher self. And that's where it's at, moment to moment, being that expression. And this is the way to practice, one of the ways to practice that expression. So pressing the palms together, getting a sense of using pressure. If you feel any pressure in your life, this mudra can help us sink into using the pressure rather than being simply affected by it or limited by it. We get a chance to use the pressure. So pressing the palms together brings the experience of balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain, setting up the conditions for equanimity. Feel the thumbs in the sternum. And feel yourself vibrating every bone through the sternum. Feel the bones vibrating, producing those red blood cells out of your marrow that are charged with this celestial energy that is our origin, that Okay, so let's inhale to synchronize. Exhale. Deepening into that long, deep breath, letting go of the day. Inhaling. Feel the belly open up if it's comfortable. Chest rises a bit, shoulders fill with the prana. Hold the breath. Exhale. Squeeze the breath out. Hold it a moment. Last inhale before we begin. Exhale. Coming completely into this moment, feeling yourself rooted in Mother Earth. Inhale to begin. Lifting the muscles of the pelvic floor. One more. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor if it's comfortable for you. Draw the navel point in and up. Gentle breath out the mouth. Relax your hands down. Face the palms up on your knees. And just feel yourself vibrating. With your palms open, feel as though you can feel the stars moving around you. Maybe you can see them through the palm of your hands. You can feel the growing energy of the sun at the center of your palms. At the center of your chest, in the center of your abdomen, and in the center of your brain. Feel this light begin to grow. As your touch points with Mother Earth begin to grow roots called by the love of Mother Earth for you. Reaching into Mother Earth, guided to her core, where you tap into this glowing earth chi, golden energy, flows up your roots effortlessly like water to a dry sponge, coming into your body and filling it with this energy of the earth, restorative, strengthening, illuminating every cell as you smile and feel this energy flow freely throughout your body. Maybe you begin to shimmer, each cell begins to shimmer like diamonds, or you begin to light up like the sun all over every cell with a little solar energy within begins to glow. Breathe this light in long and deep. So carry that awareness of your breath through our practice when we're not doing a specific breathing practice. Return to this long, deep breathing. So here we are, we've arrived at the 7th energy center, the 7th month. And it is a powerful awakening that takes place here, as we mentioned earlier, the union of your human and higher self. And just considering your life and what that means, now that we've established being able to breathe and produce sound, is the breath bringing in that heavenly energy, and the sound bringing that earthly energy, like creating in the physical realm. Because our topic today is how to move beyond the limits of the mind. Considering that union allows us to move beyond the constraints, the boundaries that are important in the physical world. It's important for you to have a boundary between you and the world around you. Physiologically, your body wouldn't be able to function if you didn't have your skin to dwell in. Yeah, I'm a poet and know it, that's right. So it's important to have boundaries, even in relationships, that you're able to honor what you have come to express. And at the same time, we can respect the space of others. So these boundaries are important so that we can have integrity with our journey, as well as expand out and experience our infinite creative aspects. And so this is where we create with each other, and we're able to establish a civilization and a society, and bring balance to what is out of balance when it comes to how we treat each other. If it is the example of women's rights, if it is the example of human rights, right? The rights of animals. Like, these rights are those aspects of our individualized aspect of the Creator, and allows us to have this lila, this play, where we can move in and out,
like for you,
of the limitations, right? And recognize what there is to learn from the limits. So, as I was so appropriately reminded by my wise cousin, you know, these young ones coming up in their 20s, so powerful you all are. She was reminding me, as I was realizing their unprocessed emotions within us. Emotions are the way we experience this life within, and they can be connected to stories. And those stories also give us an opportunity to create stepping stones, right, from what was learned in the past. So we are far away from saying those stories, if we call them limiting because we recognize that they are limiting us, then that limit can be placed in a step where we can rise and become aware of our abilities that we gained from the experience, the skills that we can utilize from that experience, that then allows us to move beyond a similar situation that's happening in the moment that's associated with that story from the past. Family is a big example of that because we have history together. And I was just creating a forum on a, what do they call that place, that platform, WhatsApp? That's it. Creating a forum on WhatsApp for our family to gather and share life moments with each other. Like today is my mother's birthday. So inviting everyone onto a Zoom so that they can say happy birthday to the elder of their family. So me feeling the responsibility of sharing the importance of honoring our elders in our family so that we can create some cohesiveness and in a sense, I think, to heal that aspect of family that has gotten a bit fragmented by the industrial age and go to work and then we move to opportunities as we grow in our families. And I wind up in California and my family's in Atlanta and some family winds up in Louisiana or in Chicago. You know, we go to these places of opportunity and then we find our ways to come together as family. And I'm sure there are ways for us to adjust and elevate ourselves into being connected as a family. But I do also have a sense of the separation and where those stories don't get a chance to be healed and recognized together so everyone can share their point of view of that story. And I unconsciously shared a story that disappointed my mother, and my cousin Kamara was very clear in her communication about not bringing blame. It's beautiful to have this space, but we don't have to call anyone out, right? We can be open to sharing in this space without doing so. And I think that's an important ground rule or house rule in our life, as Thich Nhat Hanh brings those teachings around compassionate expression, compassionate communication. And that is an aspect. I mention that because it's an aspect. It is one of the ways that the energy centers in our body gives us the ability to communicate in a balanced way, considering the balance of our human and higher self, where we can receive the inspiration of our higher self. We call our higher self our soul. We can receive that intuition and the inspiration of what to say and what to create. And the synchronicity of the moment shows up. And it might be an uncomfortable moment. It might be, well, I can say it might be. It was uncomfortable to be exposed that way. You know, it's the ego. I'm starting this and now I'm making a mistake right off the bat. But those are connected to old stories. You know, making a mistake is bad. And so we are coming to this place when we drop into our breathing practice. You know, only you know the patterns that show up inside you that limit you from growing and expanding in a way that feels fulfilling to you, right? So I want to emphasize this journey of empowerment, this journey of honoring yourself as an energy being, that there are moments when we are being recalibrated. The energy of our soul is really expressing, really this truth of who you are is fully resonating. And it may show up as a human experience that the mind describes as a mistake, or someone did something to us, and then we have these uncomfortable feelings and emotions. But those are the moments now where the union of your human and higher self, when we are aware, begins to express ways to restore balance. In my case, this scenario I was sharing with you, it was clear. So then the intuition comes. That's why we're living from moment to moment with this, because the inspiration comes. Yes, this is something to clean up. This is something that's flowing in consciousness to recognize. Not as feeling guilty for doing something bad or wrong, but to know that as the inspiration flowed, it's like, oh yes, we need to set some ground rules. We need to set the intentions for the space. Look at that word intention. That's why I hesitated that moment, that word intention. So tension is an energy of creation. Breathe with me for a moment. Take a deep inhale. You get to the top of the inhale, there's this tension. Exhale. We release the tension. Squeeze the air out. Hold it for a moment. Keep holding. Keep holding. The more we hold, this tension starts to grow, to release. Now release and inhale. So this tension, as we talk about an intention, can connect us to the design of life and how we look to be in alignment with the design of life, the flow of life, how nature flows and takes care of itself in such a way where if we did not live on this planet, the flow of nature would continue. So this idea of intention, when you come to your day, when even as even with the micro awareness of the intention of this breath, if it is to express something. It's why I enjoy and appreciate the way we are able to gather, because it helps me to focus on the intention of my life. Yeah, so this way we can redirect the tension that we may feel, especially when it comes to the internal awareness of our identity, connected to the moment, connected to a story that may be limiting, that may be describing who we are now in an inappropriate way. You can imagine being vulnerable with family. I'm more vulnerable with people I just met in my life in terms of meeting people in my life as either clients or how we meet here in this circle. Yeah, I'm able to be, there's a story that I'm able to be more of myself here than I am with my family. So then I have the intention to be with the gift that I've come to represent to all beings. And that is also an intention for starting this family group, to be vulnerable. And I maybe you have that in your life, maybe not. But if you can feel the ways to challenge yourself, here comes a soul mission for you. If you can feel the ways you can challenge yourself to move beyond old patterns that you know are hampering you from progressing, then step into it. Step into your breathing practice, as we're about to. Step into your breathing practice and just center yourself with that practice. Activate the prana and consciousness within. Let it rise to a different vibrational level through your conscious breathing, because you move from the medulla, the survival centers, into your upper cortex, where you ignite the knowing of your true self, your creative power, and the understanding of your connection. I just got that, your connection, your higher centers, your connection between your human and higher self. And then when you have the experience, it's no longer just this human experience. You unite that with the higher experience, and now you are governed by the higher faculties, meaning the hormones, the neural hormones, these neurotransmitters that are associated with bringing the experience of your higher centers, which is liberated by your conscious breathing, your conscious movement. Yeah, woo, come on. A little bit about this seventh chakra before we go into our breathing. So what I wanted to ground in with that bit of communication is as we practice, and I'll emphasize it as we start, bring up the patterns that you may be aware of that are limiting you. And bring your intention to connect to your breath so that you begin to sink into ways to move beyond, right, the limiting patterns. What inspiration can come? Open yourself for that intuition and inspiration. Similar to our question, that we would talk about ways to set the brain up, to reveal, to set the brain up in the neurotransmitters and the neural hormones, and all of the ways that you're designed to receive inspiration, receive intuition, and recognize the synchronization of the universe, the field, to support you. How can I use the experience of my life in this moment to open myself to the intuition, inspiration, and synchronicity available to serve us? Embodiment, right? To serve my soul, but let's say to serve our mission, to serve our mission here on earth, to serve my mission. Say it knowing you're including your soul. Really want to embody this. Right? And if it feels good to you, say it every way, to say it in whatever way is good for you. But that's the opening. Yeah. How can I use this energy of my life to serve the mission of my soul, to serve the energy of my life, knowing that that encompasses your soul, to serve this experience that I'm being given? How can I step into the highest experience available for me? So kind of let that sink in as I read a little bit about the crown chakra. Now, this is from a book called Spiritual Nutrition by Gabriel Cousens. This is what the cover looks like. And this is what we clear. This is what clear, let me get the glare out of there. Central channel, the Sushmana. This is the opening of your crown chakra. And these are the Ida and Pingala, respectively, Ida and Pingala. You know, you get that blue cooling energy of the moon and that red, just realizing he has this on the cover, and that red energy, right? That red energy of the sun. So this is what he says about the awakening of the crown chakra. It's very much interconnected with the awakening of the brow chakra. And as we have said, it's 1 + 1. So root center +1 brings you to the sacral center or the second chakra. And then returning to the root and rising brings you to the third, and so on. Yeah. So we're always rooting down. That's why we like to squeeze that root lock, because it is the foundation that allows us to rise. As the awakening matures, we go beyond the I am consciousness into self-realization, right? Of I am that. Yeah. So when we come to the crown center, that human and higher self union is what allows you to be your soul. So when you say my, you know this encompasses the soul. You are the embodiment of creation, human and higher self. Here we become aware of that consciousness that I am. We're aware of the consciousness of the flow of prana and consciousness. bringing this infinite ability to be aware. Then when we come to the understanding of that and the experience of that through intuition, then we realize, oh, we've kind of returned to the one, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So there's the feeling of that. It says dualistic thinking fades. No longer do we oscillate back and forth between good, bad, right, wrong. There's the sense of being one with our creator. This mantra, Ek Onkar. Yeah, we're one with the creator's creation. Abund Bweshmaya. We become more stabilized into the awareness of all as the flow of our creator. So therefore, when things come, like my cousin Kamara talking to me, my ego may feel exposed or threatened, but I realize this is the voice of our family. This is the voice of our elders and our ancestors showing us the way to be family again. Ah, yes, yes. Last bit. When we step into, right? When we step into the energy of our heart, when the crown is open, there is no longer any meaning that we need to use to create a sense of self, to create a sense of confidence, to create a sense of well-being, to create a sense of being. Right? Because now we are all linked and connected to the one, and all there is just the pure experience of life. So I want you to experience the breath and the movements as we activate this stillness so that the mind can calm. Yeah, the mind can calm. And we can allow the movement beyond. We even let go of the fact that there's a here and beyond, that there's a limit to go beyond to. We even let go of that, what that means. In a sense, we're letting go of all the labels and just be with the breath. Start coming with your spine nice and tall. Let me know. You all right? You doing good? Sound is good? Yeah. Just a thumbs up. Let me know you're there. All right. So we're going to drop into warming up that central channel that we looked at. So powerful. Thank you, Juliet. We're going to warm up this channel. Such a powerful image. As life is, right? We have these invisible constructs, and how do we bring them into life so we can have an experience of it? Same thing with the way you live. What creative faculty is in you that you are to express, that allows you to feel alive? Only you know that. So as we're doing the breathing, maybe be gentle with your awareness, not like you're looking for the pattern that is wrong or limiting, but you're just open to receiving the information about how you have the opportunity to shift your intentions, shift your focus on the way to live your life. Yeah. For example, the stories from my past of childhood trauma can create stories of lack in my ability. So the challenge to be here with you on Wednesdays, to show up, is the challenge to move beyond. So it becomes more than just I'm moving beyond my limiting beliefs, but it becomes that challenge to be. And what's that challenge for you that allows you to be who you know you've come here to be? So drop into that breath, feel the inhale as the higher self, that Holy Spirit, heaven coming in union with the earth, the human self. Thy will be done on earth just as it is in heaven. Yeah, so feel this union, feel this play, and just allow the inspiration, intuition, and synchronicity to flow and bring awareness to the ways that you have the opportunity to move beyond limiting beliefs that have been gathered up as patterns over your lifetime or lifetimes, however way you look at that. Okay, hands are on the knees. I'm just going to warm up that central channel and those two peripheral channels, that moon and sun channel. Yeah, so let's first open up the connection to the hips. And that rotation, wide circles, as if your heart is stirring the bowl of your pelvis with a spoon of your spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. Feeling a massaging of the joints in the hips, your tailbone, opening up. Inhale center. Exhale reverse. Really feeling the flow of that long, deep breath, as long again as it's comfortable for you. Because if you're on your cycle or pregnant, and there's any discomfort, please move and breathe in a way that is comfortable for you. Inhale nice and tall. Come center. Exhale. Hands stay on the knees. If you're in a sitting position, slide them down to your shins. If you're sitting in a chair, keep them on your knees. And it's really use the leverage of the legs to create a nice spinal flex, focusing on the movement of the hips, on the sit bones, coming back to massage the tailbone. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Shoulders stay steady. Yeah. So there's no movement of the shoulders forward and back. They stay steady. Movement is all in the hips. We're opening up the central channel, clearing it out. What's important about clearing it out? We clear it out so energy can flow freely. That energy of consciousness and prana can flow freely. Now really move the breath into becoming very dynamic. Again, as long as it's comfortable, important to have the breath be equal. Movement becomes a little stronger. Maybe you feel your heart center involved a little more, but stay focused on the movement of the hips. They should be getting warm. Muscles and tendons and ligaments really opening and freeing. The more flexible these tendons, ligaments, and muscles are in the pelvic floor, the more the flow of energy up the spine, the rejuvenating energy begins to be released. The spine grows more flexible, and thus we're more flexible in the way that we observe our life experience. Inhale nice and tall. Hold that breath. And exhale. Sweetness, sweetness. Place the palms up. Touch the ring finger and thumb. The energy of the sun. Just begin to connect to feeling this glow of your being from within, as we tuned in earlier. Feel the energy of the sun at the center of your brain, center of your chest, center of your lower abdomen, center of your palms. Glowing energy from Mother Earth, feeling you up through the roots with this golden earth chi. Feel your radiance. Mhm. All right, before we go to our Shakti Prana, really opening up, releasing patterns with the Shakti Prana. I want to open up the shoulders and this connection of the heart center to the cranium. So moving these lymphatics, I want you to do a few shoulder shrugs, inhaling up, release everything, exhale down. Inhale up. Open muscles of the pelvic floor. Feel the energy rise and hold. Cannon breath out the mouth. Relax the shoulders. And now just give them a shake. Feel the connection of your hips to the earth. And as you shake your shoulders, feel the relaxed body begin to move. Right? Just feel that stability. Yeah, feel the energy of stability allowing you to move your shoulders. Just give them a shake. Lift your hands away from your legs. So even as you shake your shoulders, the relaxed hands begin to move. Just opening up the central channel. Feel your core muscles that you use to shake your shoulders. Opening up this vessel. Beautiful. Just come still for a moment. Just feel the effect of that. Long, deep breath. Nice. Shakti Prana. Reaching in to creation, pulling in your divine birthright. Letting the upper arms vibrate the ribs. If there's anything going on in the chest area and shoulders that creates any discomfort from this movement, be gentle, maybe come outward and just come in, holding the intention of shifting the awareness of where you are and reaching into your true self, your oneness with creation, this union of the human, you reaching into your higher self, the oneness with our creator. Yeah, so reaching in, so wherever it feels comfortable, maybe you have to go down to your waistline, but just bring in the awareness of your upper arms coming towards the ribs. There are a lot of creative meridians weaving in and out of the ribs. And you also get a chance to physically reset patterns that are associated with the past. They get recorded in the way that we breathe. So we're releasing those patterns. Even as a child, when you watched, not that you were conscious of it, but the watching of others includes the way they breathe, because the way they breathe shapes the way they move their body. So when you are coming in, you're even shifting those patterns. Closing the eyes, inhaling, reaching wherever it's comfortable, and exhale through the mouth. Having a sense of balance. Inhale, exhale, balance between the two. Feeling your birthright, calling on it with this movement, reaching in and bringing it in. Reaching in, bring it in. Reach it in, bring it in. Reaching in, bring it in. Balance the breath. We're not here long, so tune yourself to the movement and the breath. Hear the sound. We'll need to move faster. Focus on the intention of unifying the awareness of human and higher self. Vibrating with that truth. We are one with the source of our being. The table has been prepared for us in the presence of our enemies because we are one. Okay, deepen in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up. Inhale. Really stretch the fingers. Draw the navel point in and up. Pull up that pelvic floor. Sip some air. Strong arms. Keep the arms up. Exhale out the mouth powerfully. Pull the air out a moment. Inhale through the nose. Reach, strong arms, strong fingers. Really spread, feel the expansiveness through those fingers. Strong torso, sip some air. Strong breath out the mouth. Last time, deep inhale. Really reach, make a fist. Feel you are now contained, infinite energy, strong arms, strong body, strong legs. Cannon breath out the mouth. Shake it out. Tap around your legs, up the thighs, and down the outside. On the knee, up the inner thigh, down the outside. Up the inner thigh. Next time, just tap on the lower abdomen on the sides. Come up to the chest. Bring your fingers to the sternum. Long, deep breath. Letting go. Any false labels you've accumulated about yourself. Come to the collarbone. Tapping on your collarbone. Come up the side of the neck, into the jaw gently. Maybe you use the pads of your fingers. If there's any tenderness, locate that joint of the jaw. Open and close. And tap on that joint. Come across that xiphoid process, that cheekbone. Tapping on that. Come up towards the bridge of the nose. Gently. Should feel good. So if there's any discomfort, move gently. If there still is any discomfort, just come with the hands face up on your knees and breathe long and deep. Come up between the brow, tapping gently, and rise up to the hairline, opening up that crown center. And then to the top of the head. Opening up. And then just kind of wash down the back of the head, across the face, gently around the eyes. Washing yourself off. Gently around the collarbone and the sternum. Rub a little bit down the center. And across the legs, out the knees, and just just a couple of long, deep breaths here. Come center. Feeling the energy of our practice, consciously breathing, consciously moving the body. Face the palms up. Just feel where we started. Feel the energy of the sun, the center of your palm, center of your lower abdomen, the center of your chest, and in the center of your brain. Feel that long, deep breath as we do a little recap around our topic of how to move beyond your mind. And we return to this root of focusing on prana and consciousness. Focusing in on that. Focusing in on your ability to create sound. And then establishing a meditative posture by posing that question, how can I use the energy of my life to serve my purpose for being here, to serve my higher self, to serve this union of my human and higher self. And then begin to see, listen, feel the ways intuition, inspiration, and synchronicity shows up for you. Set the stage. I suppose that's the important how. Set up the conditions for moving beyond limits by connecting with your higher self. You got the human thing together, and now we're saying this month is bringing us an awareness of our higher self. So moving with awareness of our higher self. And that's where we have the mantra that you can add is I am an energy being. And that sets the stage for experiencing what it's like to be energy. So when the young ones in your family begin to speak truth to you, you can recognize it. When the universe comes through the voices of others, you can recognize inspiration showing up. Yeah. How you feeling? Oh, yeah. So we have our Saturday solar breath immersion coming up. Yeah, brother man. So I'm beginning to love these immersions, get a chance to be with the practice a little longer. Deepen into a full-on practice. Just spend a little time with principles or concepts, but mostly to get an experience of those concepts. I really like that idea of immersing ourselves into it. So it'll be taking place this Saturday, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we get that morning practice in, right? And then this Saturday, I'll talk a little bit about a challenge that's bubbling to create, again, to deepen into this time of summer and taking advantage of the sun being high and how we can traverse the unconscious and really reveal the patterns that we need to shift so we can have a big harvest, that confidence. We can harvest that confidence and the abundance that we may need in our lives to take care of ideas and work the visions that are coming to us to manifest. So I'll be announcing that challenge this Saturday. So look forward to seeing you there. Right? As well as revealing some mentorship programs where we can, again, really experiment with these teachings and apply them to our lives and become those alchemists of the Aquarian age. Ooh, that's sweet. I think I should write that down. Alchemists of the Aquarian age. All right, family. You go forth, spread that light that you are. The world is looking for a lighthouse because there's a storm out there. But we know it is pure inspiration going on out there too, it's causing us to move into our abilities. All right. I just had this inspiration to say, but as you travel through your day, pay attention to how money is being spent, how you spend it and spend your time, and how the world around us is spending it. Just pay attention to this flow of abundance. See what inspiration that brings for you. I know it's a little bit off topic, but it was a strong inspiration to say. I think it may be a challenge that we create as a divine experiment to cultivate our abundance. Okay, ideas popping out, the inspiration is popping. Let's go ahead and pray out. I want to honor your day and your time. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for bringing us together around this fire of love that illuminates our understanding of who we truly are and what we have the opportunity to create. Thank you for the flow of inspiration, intuition, and synchronicity that takes care of everything we need to do the things to serve our mission and everything we want to serve that mission. Thank you so much. Thank you for those clean waters that flow, those springs that were once dry, those lakes that were once dry. Thank you for the flowing waters, crystal clean, hearing the joy of the children playing, seeing the household of the caregivers full and fortified with what is needed to grow and grow strong in a loving way, in a way that solves the problems that we face as families, as communities, as a global family. Thank you so much for the flow of these waters and for the love that guides us and the peace that we honor and protect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you. And we ask that this energy goes out to all our family, all our relations. Hallelujah. Satnam, truth is our identity. Ankh Ujad Seneb, some ancient Kemetic business, right? Life, health, and strength. And namaste. Huh? Go forth. Keep creating a beautiful day, family. And I'll see you next Wednesday, Creator willing. All right. One love.